Yo, what's up, goodies? Today I'm here at Walt Disney Studios. This is the second park at the Disneyland Paris Resort. I'm super excited because there's a Gusteau's restaurant here, a bunch of different like Pixar stuff, I'm pretty sure, and it has like a lot of similarities to Hollywood Studios, which is my favorite Disney park. I've only been to the ones in Florida, so if I'm comparing them, this park to the ones in Florida, that's why. But like, I'm super excited because apparently it's Paris's version of Hollywood Studios. We get to skip this whole line because we're Disney hotel guests. So we just get to go right on up into the park. Some things never change. Like I'm holding on tight to you. We're in, let's go. So to actually enter the park, you have to walk through this building. It's kind of like a food court. I've never been here, but I've seen videos, and the only way to get to the actual park is to walk through this building. Whoa, this looks awesome. Then at the very end, there's the park. You have to walk through there to get in. But there's like a quick service restaurant, but you can also sit down if you'd like. There's some stores on the left. This is crazy. And right when you exit the building right here, they have this super cool like painting on the wall with Walt and Mickey statue. That might be my favorite statue I've ever seen at Disney. And then right across from it is the Tower of Terror. It apparently has like this little girl as the main character, and she's like spooking you or something. Oh no, the little girl. I think we might have to start the day off with the Tower of Terror. They also have an Avengers campus here, and I've never been to California, so I never have been to experience the Avengers campus there. So I'm gonna be able to here, which is really exciting. We're also here doing early park admission, like I showed the line on the left and how we were able to get in way earlier because we're hotel guests. So we have like 30 minutes in the park before normal guests even are able to get in. 10 minutes. Oh, I'm so excited. Is this actually 10 minutes though? It's right outside. The Tower of Terror at Hollywood Studios is my third favorite Disney ride in Disney World, so I wonder how this one is gonna compare to that one. So far, the building looks pretty similar. You have the lobby, the check-in desk, and then you get like, you tell how many people you have, and then you go into the elevators. So it looks pretty similar so far. We've made our way into the first pre-show room, and it looks super similar to America. They have like the little screen with the pre-show and then all the different cobwebs and stuff. So yeah, so far it looks pretty similar.
The Twilight Zone. We invite you, if you dare, to step aboard, because in tonight's episode, you are the star. And this elevator travels directly to the Twilight Zone.
That was interesting to see because I thought the pre-show would have been in French, but instead it was the exact same. Whoa, this queue is crazy. It was the exact same as America. This queue is way different though. I don't know what these stairs lead to, but they look interesting. I don't know why you would take stairs when you have an elevator. The queue is a lot more open because like the elevators are right here and you just walk through a couple paths. This looks interesting, kind of like a face. It's coming down. So it's interesting because there's actually like a hallway before you get into the ride vehicle. We did get back row. Oh no, the little girl's already like, what the heck? The lights are so dark. We're already dropping? Wait, what? There's no dark ride segment?
Je ne vous vois plus. Évitez de vous perdre dans cette dimension.
Hey, yo! What the heck?
Come with me. Come.
there was no dark ride segment. It was just like you back up and you just start going up and down. That was insane. And yes, I heard it was like some creepy little girl instead of the whole family, and that's true. That was freaking weird. Like she was talking all these French words. I had no idea what she was even saying. But then part of it was, oh, there's Avengers Campus. Part of it was translated and she said, it's okay, come with me. We're going right into the action. Oh, Spider-Man.
Bienvenue au Avengers Campus. Venez, entrez. Hey, tout le monde. C'est cool de vous voir.
That's sick. I never get Marvel and Disney, so this is like really cool to see.
Bon discours, mais j'ai rien d'important à dire. Dommage.
And here's the sign, Avengers Campus. Spider-Man just went back in like his little room. But that was crazy. Like I don't get Marvel and Disney usually. So seeing this, like I'm walking in right now, it looks really big. Apparently there's a ride that's like rock and roller coaster, but it's Marvel themed. And there's a super cool Iron Man animatronic. So I'm super excited to check that out. I think we might have to do it next. They have PYM Labs. So I think everything's like super big, kind of like Toy Story Land and Hollywood Studios, how everything's really big because you're like in Andy's room. I think it's similar to that because you're an Ant-Man. They also have this Spider-Man ride. I think it's similar to the ride in Legoland, like the Ninjago one. If you haven't seen that vlog, I went on this ride with my nephew and it was like Lego Ninjago, and you have to actually move your hand to shoot different things. And I think that's similar, but you have to like do the Spider-Man symbol. This looks absolutely wild. Avengers Assemble. There's the full ship and everything. Then there's a Spider-Man window display. I think Spider-Man swings from here or something. I'm pretty sure he swings, but maybe that's only in California. No way, 5-minute wait. Yes, sir. I'm so excited for this. I believe this is a Disneyland Paris exclusive. Like I don't think they have this ride anywhere else. Obviously, I've heard it's similar to Rock and Roller Coaster. It might even be the same track layout, but the theming, I don't think there's any other Avengers Assemble roller coasters at all the 6 Disney resorts, but maybe there is. You got some of the different heroes on the wall. There's the Avengers A over here. Oh, let's go. Oh my gosh. I think Iron Man's just down here.
Standing by when you're ready.
Ne m'attendez pas, on n'a plus beaucoup de temps.
We've shimmied our way into the queue a little bit more. I think the Iron Man animatronic's right here. This is sick.
Ne traînez pas les amis, on a du pain sur la planche. Friday, continue. Purge et rallume l'unité centrale et les générateurs auxiliaires.
Okay, draining mainframe and auxiliary power.
Oh, je les ai les rallumer aussi.
Energizing.
C'est mieux. Allez, on avance. Occupez toutes les places disponibles. On n'a plus beaucoup de temps. Analyse des panneaux escamotables.
Retractable panels analyzed.
Recalibrage des sous-systèmes.
Subsystems recalibrated.
Maintenant, balance la sauce dans les répulseurs.
Repulsors augmented. Consider your hands juiced.
Ça m'a l'air parfait, Friday.
Thank you. So glad you approve.
We've got a situation. As you know, Kree warheads are headed our way, and we need your help.
Ne vous inquiétez pas. J'ai créé un transpondeur qui va tromper le système de guidage des missiles et faire en sorte d'être pris pour cible.
You'll be joining us on the mission. Tony's built a transponder that the missile's targeting system will lock onto. He's loaded the transponders into his hypersonic vehicles. So you'll fly the hypersonics and draw the missiles away from the planet. That's when Heavy Metal and I can do our thing.
Quand vous aurez attiré les missiles hors de portée.
C'est qui a touché la vitre? Who touched the window, the glass?
It shut off, so it looks like we're just going into the next room. We pretty much got most of the pre-show, I think, though. I am gonna put the camera away for this one. I've been getting front row on almost everything. Looks like they had a couple technical difficulties because they're running an empty train right now, but I think we're next. So that ride was actually pretty fun. It was similar to Rock and Roller Coaster, but I think I like that one just a little bit better. But I also like Marvel better than Aerosmith. So I think the track layout of this is different. It's not just a one-to-one copy of Rock and Roller Coaster, but they're both, oh wait, is Spider-Man about to jump or something? I think I still like Hyperspace Mountain better though. It looks like it's some Wakandans over there from Black Panther doing some dances or something. Here's Stark Factory. I'm pretty sure it's like a quick service. It says pizza and pasta. The Spider-Man Web Slinger ride is a 55-minute wait now, so I think we might skip it. We could come back and ride it later, but it is in California, so whenever I make it over to California, I'll be able to ride it there, and it gives me something new to ride there instead. We're now leaving Avengers campus and gonna head to Toy Story Land. If you see a lot of construction walls as I'm filming this, it's because this park is kind of like how EPCOT was a few years ago, where they're redoing a bunch of different things. They're actually adding like a whole Arendelle land. I'll show you a little bit, it's right around this corner. But they're doing a ton of construction right now. So if things are closed, that's why. I think Crush's Coaster is right over there, behind one of the walls. But I think you have to go all the way around this building and behind it to get it. You can see in the distance though, Arendelle is right back there. It looks so cool. It doesn't open until 2026, so sadly, I won't be able to experience it on this trip, but it just gives me an excuse to come back here someday. Toy Story Land is already looking pretty different. They have like this Army Man like up and down ride, and then they have RC, and it goes like back and forth. Here's the Toy Story Land area, but instead we're gonna turn right and check out the Finding Nemo and Cars area first. This is sick. It looks like Radiator Springs. And you turn the other way and there's like this full building with a bunch of the different Pixar characters coming out of the windows. And then I think this building, is this Crush's Coaster? Because I think it's kind of like a mixture between a dark ride and a roller coaster, and it spins, kind of like Curse of the Werewolf. It's over there. It's usually the longest wait time. I think it's an hour right now. Now that we took a little look at that though, we're gonna head into Toy Story Land and maybe ride a couple rides. It already looks a lot different than ours in Hollywood Studios though. Ratatouille, I need to go back there. They might even be expanding Toy Story Land because I don't think any of this is accessible, but I see Jesse's head and Woody over there. So I'm guessing that all of that's gonna be new. RC looks crazy. Time to go into the best area of this park. I haven't even seen it yet, but it already is the best because it's Ratatouille. Yes, sir. It smells so good. I think that's like waffles and fries or something. Oh my gosh, this is epic. This ride was actually here before we got it in EPCOT. So this is the original. It says a 50-minute wait, but the single riders is only 5 minutes. So might have to check it out. I think it's the same exact ride though, just in French. I didn't even notice, but this land is actually connected straight to Toy Story Land. It's kind of like a Universal Epic Universe portal. I really want to go into the Gusteau's restaurant, but we're not gonna eat there. So I don't know if I'm allowed to just walk in and look at it, but we're gonna find out. I went over to the door and there was a closed sign, so I'm not gonna be able to check it out, I guess. I shimmy my way back into the Pixar area, and they have this little like Cars spinny ride. Looks kind of like the Alien Swirling Saucers or something like that. And then behind me, there's more walls, but it's covering some Aladdin stuff because I can see some Aladdin. But I don't know if that's already been here and it's just covered because they're doing construction on something else, or if they're adding it. I've heard that the pin trading here is really good, so as we're walking through the park, I want to try to find some different people pin trading because I brought my pin folio and I brought a bunch of pins to trade, and it took like space in my suitcase, so I want to get some use out of it, trade some pins, and then also check the shops and see if there's any pins for sale. We've made it back into the Ratatouille area, and they have this display window with like Remy and Emile, some different merchant stuff. That's super cool. I'm gonna go into the store. I found the first pins. This one says Disneyland Paris and has Stitch on it, and then you have the same pin but with Chip and Dale. Those are so big, like my full finger. And then they have a bunch of Ratatouille stuff. They also have some little like chocolates. I think this is a shoulder thing, and they don't have this in America, at least that I've seen. They do have Remy though, bro. But Emile, this is awesome. Something really funny is that he's a lot fatter than Remy. And it makes sense because in the movie he's a lot fatter because he just eats whatever, and Remy eats only amazing cuisines. There's some Ratatouille ears, some different merch. I'm still looking for pins though. I looked it up because I wanted to see if Paris had like a bunch of these shoulder plush exclusives, and this one is an exclusive to Disneyland Paris. You can get Remy in America as well, but this one, and then they have like Spider-Bot, which is like Spider-Man's little sidekick, Leroy, which is I think like the red version of Stitch, and then a couple other ones, I think Jiminy Cricket as well. So it's really cool to see how they have like exclusive ones. It is 25 bucks though. I kind of want it, but I don't know. Now that we've explored the park a little bit, I think we're gonna start riding some rides. And why not start off with Ratatouille? I was debating if we should ride this or not because we pretty much have the same exact ride in EPCOT, just in English. But it's only a 35-minute wait now, and it's an original to here, so we might as well. Plus, it's my favorite Disney movie. My sister bought these chocolate strawberries, so but look, we've been in line for a little while now, and look at this. Why is Anton Eco looking like that? Next picture is Gusteau. What is that? Haggis snacks? This queue kind of reminds me of like the extended queue of what Muppets looked like, because it's like back in like, and there's these like window looking things, and there's also pictures on the wall, and that's how it was. Here's our next picture of Gusteau. Gusteau's microwave burritos. And here's the last Gusteau picture, probably the best, Gusteau's microwave toothpick and chicken. That looks delicious. We've finally made it into the building. The line has taken way longer than it said, to be honest. Whenever I'm in America and in this queue, it's cool because it's like themed Paris, but now I'm actually in Paris and it's themed itself, I guess. We've now made it to the boarding station and it looks identical to the one over in EPCOT. The only difference so far is that we don't get any 3D glasses. So I'm guessing this one just doesn't have the 3D effects. Because usually, like right now, Gusteau would be 3D in our glasses, but he's just on a screen.
Oh, here they are, Remy. Des invités pour le dîner.
Yes, but here. Hein? Pour le repas idéal. Coq au vin? Non. A simple omelet? Too simple.
What?
Eh oui, that's it. What are you doing? Que manigancez-vous? Out of my way!
This is different. There's wheels on the side. It's like we're under a little apartment. I don't think we had this in EPCOT. I don't remember it.
Dépêchez-vous! Par ici! Go! Go!
So at the exit, you can actually see the restaurant right in the window. It said the restaurant wasn't open earlier, but it looks like it is now because I see people. It looks super cool. It's like the little umbrellas you put in a drink. The plates are the backs of like the chairs and stuff. It looks really cool. The Ratatouille ride here was really similar to the one in EPCOT. I think the only difference was like the wheels on the left and right of you. I don't think we have that in EPCOT, but that's like the only thing I can really think of was different. And then also they were switching back and forth from like speaking in French a little bit and speaking in English. And when we're in EPCOT, it's just only English usually. We've made our way over to Stitch Live. It looks like a Stitch show of some sorts. I was looking at the different show times for this show, and they actually switch it between like English and French. So we're at the 12:30 show right now. That's what we're waiting in line for, and it's an English show. But the next one is French, and they cycle back and forth, which is really cool. It's now 12:30, and they let us into the queue. So I think we're going into our seats now. Or I guess they ended up telling me no filming on the Stitch show. But it wasn't really my favorite anyway. It was kind of like the Crush show at EPCOT or like Mike's Laugh Floor at Magic Kingdom. It was similar to that, like where there's somebody talking and interacting with the actual people. So it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't my favorite. We're back in Avengers campus, and here's Ant-Man. We decided to come on the Spider-Man Web Shooters ride. It did say it's a 45-minute wait, but like there's not a ton of rides here, and like we might as well do it. We have the time. There's not a ton to show in this queue, but we just went through all these rows. I think once we get over here and turn right, that's pretty much the end, but I'm actually not really sure because I've never been here. We've made it into the opening, and I'm gonna turn right. Oh, it's a little bit further down. So maybe you turn left up here and then it's there. I'm not sure. We've made it to the end of the hallway, and I believe there's a turnstile right here. I've noticed that pretty much all the rides have a turnstile. I've made it to the pre-show, and this is sick. It's like a screen. They have a bunch of different like desks and stuff.
Portes ouvertes de la Web Engineering Brigade. Et voici notre chef de projet, Peter Parker.
Comment ça va? Je suis Peter Parker. Ici chez Web, on a accès à une super technologie, comme le vibranium du Wakanda ou ce fluide extraterrestre dément. On a les particules de PYM et StarTech.
75 years later.
Looks like this is a 3D ride, Web Vision glasses. We don't have any glasses with red arms. So we got out of that pre-show room, and we're still just like going into the line.
You just wrote, it's been hallways after hallways after hallways.
The hallways just never end. Finally, we're about to get on the ride. We've made it on, and I think the sensors are like up here, and I have to like shoot the webs like this at the different targets. Like this. I'll show you how this goes. Whoa, they're like... Oh, my arm is already hurting. Do I have to get the spiders? It's actually very, like... Gabe is crushing me!
I'm Spider-Man.
I'm just gonna... I think you're supposed to use 2 hands for like webs on both hands, but... I don't know what to aim for. The spiders? Whoa! Yeah! Okay, I'm putting on. Jeepers! Bye!
But je détecte des bottes instables. J'aurais dit pareil.
I'm just gonna do this.
Spider-Man, le niveau de risque est passé.
I got 70,000. They got 165.
Mais cette réaction peut enchaîner with the green box.
Whoa! Gabe crushed me.
C'était aussi ton idée.
Oh my God.
Salut, c'est Peter.
That was
On dirait
pretty
qu'avec
fun.
Spider-Man.
When you get out of the ride, you enter this shop, and they have some like really cool theming up here, like some of the spider bots and webs. They also have like a spider shoulder plush. I wonder if this is a Paris exclusive or if you can get this in California. I kind of wanted to check out PYM Kitchen and maybe eat here, but the line is insane. With PYM Kitchen, that's actually a buffet. I went in there because I was thinking it might be like a quick service or like just a restaurant that you eat at, but no, it's a full buffet and you can like walk up and it's self-serve so you can get whatever you want. But yeah, there might be a way that you can order different things because I saw people with different food items that weren't up at like the buffet area. So you probably can order other things as well. Avengers Flight Force is right over here, but I never even went to the back. There's a full area and there's like the Wasp. There's some different stuff back here that I didn't even see yet. Food trucks. You can see the full backside of Tower of Terror here. There's a place called Super Diner and then also a full truck with like hot dogs. Looks like some different treats. They have a cookie. Here's a closer look at the menu. There's a cake pop. I think it's like a cookie or something with Nutella in it of Groot. Then like a chocolate cookie. It's a vegan. And then different hot dogs and stuff. We're walking back to the Pixar area now to ride Crush's Coaster. Here we are at Crush's Coaster. It says it's a 60-minute wait. And it looks like you might be able to get back to the Aladdin ride I was talking about. I just don't know how. Like, where's the path to get back there? We're almost at the turnstile. We just have to go down here one more time and then come back. But we only go down there like halfway. It's not all the way to the end. We finally went past the turnstile and we made it to some stairs. But this queue building looks crazy. This is a really cool ride concept because it's supposed to be like you're on the back of like a turtle shell and then you spin while you ride it, similar to Cobra's Curse or Curse of the Werewolf. We've made it!
Australia! Totally! We're serving the East Australian current!
Kind of like a dark ride and a coaster at the same time.
Les poissons sont nos amis, on y bouge plus.
So Crush's Coaster was pretty interesting. I wasn't thinking that it was gonna be what it was, but a lot of the ride was actually inside of a building. It wasn't much of an outside ride. It was actually inside and you spin while you're on it. Guardians kind of drifts into the turns, but this one kind of like just spun uncontrollably. I don't really know how I would rate it because I haven't really been on anything that I can compare it to. It's kind of a one of a kind ride. I just walked through Ratatouille though, and now I'm behind RC. I think there's a Cars ride back here. I'm not exactly sure where this path leads, but I think it might just be the Cars ride back here. If there's anything else, I'll let you know. Looks like there's a little food truck, but I wonder what that is because it's behind a fence, so it's closed right now. But it looks kind of like I'm not sure, to be honest. Here it is, Cars Road Trip, 5-minute wait. It's this big giant tram thing. Looks pretty interesting. We missed the first one, but it actually has a full sign. It says Road Cars Trip for Cars Road Trip, and it looks like ours is arriving.
Et on s'abandonne au plaisir de rouler. Oh, right. Slow it down. Relax.
Yes! I'm logging out to this big.
C'était construite pour divertir les voyageurs. Le garage, fantôme. Oh, the ghost garage. I'd be dying to get out. After talk every few minutes. That's awesome. Ah, nous y voilà.
Bien, nous allons marquer un court arrêt dans le canyon. Veuillez rester assis et garder les mains et les bras à l'intérieur du tram. Merci.
All right, everybody. We're making a short scheduled stop here in the canyon. Please remain seated and keep. This canyon is so beautiful and calm. Seulement en apparence. Wow, pile à l'heure.
J'ai le plaisir de vous présenter ma dernière création.
Seeing the Eiffel Tower was totally worth the drive, man.
That was a pretty fun attraction, especially if you're a big Cars fan. I think the big water splash was really cool. We're now back in Toy Story Land, and looky here, they have Rex. Slinky Dog's only a 5-minute wait, so I'm like, might as well ride it. I'd like to ride all the Toy Story rides here because I think they're exclusive to this park. I don't think any of the other parks around the world have these two rides, but they're like 30 minutes and 45 minutes, and this Slinky Dog one was only like 5, so we're gonna ride this one, and then I don't think we're gonna do the other two. This looks similar to a ride I rode in Legoland. It kind of has the same layout. I wasn't planning on doing RC, but it only is a 10-minute wait now. This has been about a minimum of like 30 minutes the entire day, so this is kind of crazy. I've made it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to film on this. The wait was a little longer than 10 minutes, like I said, but it's fine. It was a super fun ride. I ended up coming back to Tower of Terror because it's still a 5-minute wait, and I can't pass that up. This was so fun. It was also really freaking creepy. I literally walked right up to the doors. The first time I came in here, they were playing it in English, but now it looks like the pre-show is in French.
Hollywood, 1939.
Something cool is when they open these doors, there's actually a path that you can walk left, and that's how you exit the ride. So you enter and exit the ride in the same spot, and when you exit, you take this little hallway to the left. See what I mean? So this is where you exit, but you also enter the ride right here as well. This is so freaking creepy, bro. We literally just backed up and we already go up and down, like right away. There's no dark ride segment.
Je ne vous vois plus. Évitez de vous perdre dans cette dimension.
Hey, no, bro. This is way too freaky. She's floating. They're stars.
Je vais vous ramener. I'll get you back.
That ride is so freaking creepy. I don't know what it is. That little girl just creeps me out. They did have an announcement mid-ride, but it was in French and it was really muffled. So I didn't know if it was like because I was holding a camera or anything like that. But I ended up stopping the recording just in case they were talking to me. I don't want to break the rules. So yeah, I don't really know what that was. I ended up coming back to the entrance and exit of the park. And now I'm here in the shop inside of like the main area that you have to go through to get inside of the park. Here's some Sorcerer Mickey ears, and I think they're on sale from 25 euros to 20 euros. That's probably a pretty good deal, especially if they're like exclusive to here. I do see some pins over here though, so I want to check some of these out. I feel like they're way bigger here compared to like Disney World. Like, these feel so big. Like, compared to my finger, obviously that's not really a big crazy comparison because you don't know how big my finger is, but like these things are really big. Plus this starter set, specifically this one, has a lanyard plus 6 different pins for 39 euro, which I feel like is a lot better deal compared to Disney World because you usually only get like 4 pins and it's like 45 bucks. So they're probably a similar price because 39 probably is around 45. But yeah, you get 6 pins instead and they're way bigger. Then this shelf right here has a bunch of singular pins, so I'm gonna check out some of these next. So here's some of the pins. I think these Stitch with like the different villain outfits are pink, so they're 15 euro. But like this one, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's orange. So this is only 9 euro. This pin is giant. Like my thumb compared to it. This is such a big pin and it's also super good quality. Then you have this Disneyland Paris. It is yellow, so that's 12 euro. Might have to get that one just for a little like keepsake, you know. Then they have some other ones.
Do you have any other Paris?
Encanto doors, some Spidey and His Amazing Friends, some different Marvel, Star Wars, and then some Pixar. Oh, I might have to get this one. This Chip and Dale is super cool as well. I ended up buying these 3 pins, one with Disneyland Paris because obviously I needed like a keepsake because I came here, and then these 2, I don't even collect like Lilo and Stitch or anything, but I wanted to get them because for the price and the size and like the quality, they're super good. Like if you own one of these Penfolio mini shows or whatever they're called, you can tell how big these are compared to just like your average Disney pen in Disney World. Like here is just a random hidden Disney. You might have seen these around the parks. The main pins that are usually on the boards in Disney World compared to these pins. Like that's insane. And it was only 30 euro for all 3 of these. The gate to get in and out of the park is right over there. So I'm in the shop that you first see when you come into the park and look to the left. So they already have some like different Christmas decorations. It's only September, so that's kind of crazy. But I want to see how many pins they have here. They have some different princesses, more of those Encanto doors, Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse, some more princesses, some Beauty and the Beast characters, Cheshire Cat. Then they have this full row of just a bunch of different Stitch pins. Right here they have some Sorcerer Mickeys, Disneyland Paris with Chip and Dale, the castle, Walt Disney Studios. They have this in Disney World. this spinner of like Dumbo and some different clowns. That's crazy. Another Dumbo pin, Spider-Man, Peter Pan. I'm not sure what that is. And then that Pixar lamp. Then here are some of the biggest pins. You have a Disneyland Paris with Mickey on it. There's the one I bought. A 2025 with Minnie Mouse, Donald and Daisy, Mickey and Minnie, another princess. I don't think that's supposed to be there. And then you have these signs as well. This one has Stitch on it. This one has Chip and Dale. Then you have like a My Social battery, and you can like slide it, and it's like Stitch. Oh, this one's cool. It has the cricket and Mushu. There's the rabbit, I forget his name. Simba, Pumbaa and Timon. I love this one. I might have to get it. Belle. There's Thumper and Bambi. Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. Then some more princesses. These are some crazy cool pins. This one's super cool, but it is 15 euros, so I don't know if I'm gonna get it in case there's some other different pins at the other park. Another shelf right here. They have Randall, Pascal, Olaf, Sven, Mickey, Lotso, Abu, Chip and Dale, Winnie the Pooh, another Chip and Dale, Clarabelle, Pete, some more characters, Elio, Dumbo, Bambi. There's more Simbas down there as well. This place is loaded. I'm gonna wrap the video up here. I had a blast at Walt Disney Studios. It was kind of a bummer that they had all these construction walls up, but that just means they're making the park even better, so maybe I'll be able to come back some other time in the future. I am heading over to Disneyland Paris now, but I'm gonna end this video here. If you guys wanna see me go over to Disneyland Paris, I posted last week of me there, and then next week's video will also be at Disneyland Paris. So stay tuned for those. This was such a fun video to make. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Like and subscribe perhaps?